Houston Public Works is responsible for the daily tasks you may take for granted. You may not notice us, but we work around the clock to support you. We are the foundation for life in Houston. Houston Water distributes enough fresh water to fill the Astrodome 4 times a day. Transportation and drainage operations handles 16,000 miles of streets. Over 1 million signs and street names and thousands of drains. The Houston Permitting Center regulates hundreds of projects so you can work, play, and live safely. Customer Account Services ensures 2.1 million people have access to safe drinking water with efficiency, accuracy, and flexibility. Capital Projects manages the critical improvements that make Houston better every single day. Houston is always moving towards growth, innovation, and progress. We are the largest, most diverse public works organization in the country. We are one team with one purpose. Together, we create a strong foundation for Houston to thrive.
Good evening, and thank you for participating in our live virtual community meeting today. My name is Kenya Williams with Houston Public Works. The goal of today's meeting is to keep you informed and know what to expect during construction of the water line replacement along Telephone Road from Belfort to Convair project. Before we begin, I would kindly ask if you could hold your questions until the end of our presentation. Many of the answers you're looking for will be answered within the presentation, so please, we respectfully ask for your full attention at this time. Later, we will open the questions and answer session at the end of the presentation. Here at Houston Public Works, we believe that together we create a strong foundation for Houston to thrive. There are 5 service lines at Houston Public Works. Today's meeting is presented by Capital Projects. At this time, I would like to recognize your council member for District I, Robert Gallegos. Also joining us is Managing Engineer for Capital Projects, Sherry Kane, and she will introduce the project team responsible for this project to you. Sherry? You can unmute Sherry.
Thank you, Kenya. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce the dedicated members of our project team. Representing the City of Houston's project management team, we have Freddie Aldonis, the project manager, Mumtaz Baig, the supervising engineer, and I, Sherry Ken, the sector lead. We have Eric Lewis, Mahesh Dutta, and David Brown from Amani Engineering, who are the designers of the project and serve as our engineer of record. Additionally, Sheshi Amadi represents Rescom, the construction contractor on this project. We will continue working hard and bring together our unique sets of the skills and expertise to ensure the success of the project construction. Thank you, and that concludes my introduction of our project team. Now I would like to hand it back to Kenya.
Thank you, Sherry. So now let's talk about this project, how to prepare for construction, and who to contact. Houston Public Works is committed to building forward and not back the same way. This project is part of the Capital Improvements Plan with the purpose to provide quality water services and improve system reliability. This program provides for the construction of water main extension projects. We're constructing small 16-inch water lines and above-ground installations. It also includes site and pavement restoration. This $5.1 million water project is expected to take approximately 8 months. Work is scheduled to begin in summer of 2023 and anticipated to be completed in winter of 2024. The project schedule will depend on weather conditions. The contractor will work Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. However, extenuating circumstances may require limited work to take place on Sundays. The contractor is Rescom Incorporated, and the project manager is Freddie Ordonez. There are 2 phases to this project. Phase 1 in red starts at Belfort down to Caton and will commence in summer of 2023 to fall of 2023. Phase 2 in yellow starts at Caton down to Convair and will begin in fall of 2023 to completion in winter of 2024. These phases are subject to change. To receive the very latest updates, make sure to subscribe to the project page on engagehouston.org. So what do the seasons mean? Our construction timeline is as follows. Winter constitutes January, February, March. Spring is April, May, June. Summer is July, August, September. And fall is October, November, December. What to anticipate during these construction phases? Our advice is to organize, don't agonize. So if you prepare for construction, the time it takes to complete the project will fly by. The first step to getting organized is to keep your door hanger. These door hangers contain pertinent contact information in case you have further questions or concerns. If your dog ate the door hanger, no worries. You can go to the project page online to view the contact information there at engagehouston.org. If you have objects in the right-of-way, please remove them now, as soon as possible. If you have specific landscaping that would like to be saved, we suggest that you relocate such plant matter materials now. Grass will be restored in areas upon completion of all construction. For most of the properties in the area, the City of Houston project right-of-way will extend about 2 feet from back of curb. However, sanitary sewer line replacement will leave some residents with open excavations in their yard at times. As a result of this and related capital improvement projects, the city and the contractors are granted full access into the right-of-way. Once complete, the contractor is required to restore the impacted area of the grounds to the City of Houston standards. So again, if you have objects in the right-of-way, please remove them as soon as possible. And meet the project team. This includes the contractor, the inspectors, and the project manager. Homeowner associations and local business owners are invited to attend the monthly contractor status meetings that will allow them to provide periodic updates to the community. Updates will also be posted to the project page on engagehouston.org. So remember to subscribe to and receive the latest and greatest updates as they become available. The contractor has a restoration plan for all properties. Once the project is complete, the contractor is required to restore the impacted area to the city standards. Please do not make repairs yourself. Restoration typically starts once the project is complete. The city does not approve final payment to the contractor until they complete their own assessment to ensure restoration is sufficient. We recommend that you document current conditions by taking pictures of your property in the right-of-way area near the street and curb. The pictures should resolve any questions when it comes time for the contractor to repair or replace any items. Please be aware and obey all construction signs and barriers. Safety is priority number one for everyone involved in this project. For your safety and ours, please pay attention to the following safety objects shown here. Now I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is because this is construction, there will be some minor inconveniences. The good news is that they are only temporary. Water. There will be a short disruption in the water supply when the contractor is ready to connect the proposed service lines to the water meters. The contractor will give notice 42 hours in advance of any planned water outages or sewer service interruptions. Trees. 3 trees will be removed and are identified on the tree protection plan posted on the project page at engagehouston.org. Diseased or dying trees will be removed. The City of Houston has identified trees that can be preserved during construction on a case-by-case basis. Both the city and the contractor are taking every precaution to protect existing trees and properties as best they can. Additional right-of-way markers may be placed along the curb and sidewalk driveway area, and removal of these causes added delay and expense. Please do not remove any markers or any protective precautions that have been provided to the adjacent property. Traffic, parking and traffic. Work will primarily be done in the median along Telephone Road in the city's right-of-way. No work is planned on individual or private property. Access to business driveways will remain open during the construction process. There will likely be some traffic delays and reroutes. The contractor will utilize the tunneling construction method, which is designed to minimize the level of disruption in an area. The traffic control plan can be found on the project page at engagehouston.org. We encourage you to go to engagehouston.org to view more project details. The project page includes additional exhibits, the traffic control plan, and the tree protection plan right at your fingertips. And now, a brief demo on how to navigate your way on engagehouston.org.
Welcome to engagehouston.org. We're incredibly excited to share this platform with you. This site allows us to communicate with Houstonians about the changes that are happening in their neighborhood. Our goal is to make the site visually fun and engaging, as well as easy to navigate so that everyone can find what they need. Using the Google Translate option, users can translate the languages used on the website. On the home screen, you can navigate the 4 project types that we support: drainage, street, wastewater, and water projects. Beneath that, you're going to see a variety of resources. All of these resources can also be found up here in our header. For all public meetings, we send out notifications to the community, and one way to access the meeting link is to click on the Join Us button. Another great thing about this website is that we have enabled social media shares. Users can share meeting links, project pages, and updates to their social media feed through private messages and/or email. This helps us in getting more information out to the community. Here's a snapshot of all the relevant project information on the project page. It shows a standard map which highlights the project area and general project information, which may be followed by a link. Below are the project's frequently asked questions. To the right, you're going to see a variety of widgets. First is the Stay Informed Subscribe button. This allows a user to subscribe to this project, meaning that if this project is of great interest, all it requires is inputting your email address. You'll be notified via email when updates are posted to the page or when new information becomes available. You'll also see the current project phase, as well as the project documents, meeting recordings, videos, and pictures. Underneath that, you'll be able to view who's listening and who the public engagement team is. At the bottom of the page, there's the Engage Us tool, which allows you to correspond directly with us through this platform. In order to use this tool, you must be registered and signed into the site. Once you're signed in, you can ask questions and they're sent directly to the public engagement team. We research and provide a response to every single question that is asked. We encourage everyone to register for this site. Some of the tools we discussed earlier can only be utilized if you're registered, so it is extremely important to register. We've made it simple, quick, and as painless as we could. Just create a simple username and password and answer 3 basic questions, and you're good to go. You'll receive a confirmation email, so don't forget to confirm your email address so that you don't miss out on all of the updates. And now you're done. You're all set up to utilize EngageHouston.org and all of its beneficial tools. Welcome to EngageHouston.org.
Know the contractor. They are your first point of contact. They are the boots on the ground every day. They are capable to assist you immediately. Remember that Resacom's contact information will also be on your door hanger and on the last page of the frequently asked questions on EngageHouston.org. We want you to hear from the contractor. So at this time, allow me to introduce you to Shishi Amadi to say a few words about Resacom Incorporated. Shishi?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mashid Amadi. I go by Shishi. I think everybody at the city knows me by Shishi, but just in case you might see my full name somewhere else. Resacom has been incorporated for almost 30 years. We have worked with the city of Houston for almost as long. We have done many water line projects with the city of Houston. So we're well experienced in executing this project for you guys, and we're looking forward to working with everyone, and we're always available to address your questions and concerns whenever you call.
Thank you, Shishi. We also have our infrastructure supervisor, Claudius Yalabechi, and this is his contact information as well. So you want to know the inspector too. And his information will also be on your door hanger.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Claudius Anyalepechi with City of Houston. I will be the supervisor inspector on this project. If anybody have any question, I'm going to have put on the ground at the same time. So I'm going to have someone who will be assisting me when I'm not there. His name is Dan Benz. So he's the one going to be on the ground all the time. Whenever the contractor is on site, he's going to be there. So my number and the number will be on the door hanger also.
Okay, thank you, Claudius. And let me remind everyone, you will receive your door hanger closer to the start of the project, which will be in the summer of 2023. We encourage you to call 311 if you have a concern. You can report online, email, or yes, there's an app for that. It's not just for problems, though. We always like to hear if our contractors are doing a great job, so please share that with us as well. I want to thank Councilmember Gallegos and his staff for their support, Sherry King and her awesome project team for their participation and support today. Thank you to the fabulous public engagement team for making this meeting possible today. And finally, to all of you who have joined us to receive this important project information. Thank you for your time and attention. Please remember to share what you heard today with your friends and neighbors who could not join us for this meeting. And now it's Q&A time. Being present today has its benefits because you will get your questions answered in real time by the fantastic project team. Take advantage now and ask away. The project team is here to answer your questions. At this time, I would like to introduce you to Tiffany Lawson with the fabulous public engagement team who will moderate the Q&A session for us. Take it away, Tiffany.
Thanks so much, Kenya. Good evening, everyone. This is the question and answer portion of our meeting. It's your opportunity to engage and provide us with questions and comments that are related to this project. We'd certainly love to hear from you, and we welcome all of the feedback. The instructions for submitting your questions and comments are on the screen. First, you're going to select Q&A on the right side of your screen. It's the bubble with the question mark in the middle. Then second, you're going to type your question in the compose box and then select send. You can remain anonymous by selecting ask anonymously. So go ahead and begin submitting your questions right now. I'd also like to remind you that all of tonight's meeting material is also available on the project page on engagehouston.org. So, first question. And we are going to ask that anyone from the project team, you're welcome to answer this question. Why is the project needed?
Okay, this is Mumtaz Beg with the capital project team. The existing water line is about 50 years old, and it was leaking badly all the time, and we were spending a lot of time to repair that existing water line, and that is the reason that we want to abandon the existing water line and replace it with new water line.
Thank you so much, Mumtaz, for that answer. We have another question here. What positive impact will it have on the water system? And again, anyone from the project team, you're welcome to unmute and answer this question.
So Tiffany, I will take this question.
Thank you, Sherry.
We will replace entire water line from the Belford to the Conwell. So you're gonna have a brand new water line. So this one will ensure the area gonna have the pressure needed and the good water quality. And if you all noticed, we had we will replace 24 existing water line with a 16-inch water line, which has been modeled by our water planning group, and which ensures your water circulation and quality will meet all the city's requirement. And also, with the new water line, you will have much less water usage disruption due to the repair, like we constantly have to do for the existing 24-inch water line. Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. Speaking on the note of disruptions, we do have another question to ask. Do you anticipate there being a disruption of water service during this project? And if so, how will we be notified in advance? And then also to add to that, should we expect a drop in water pressure or any other interruptions while the work is taking place?
Shishi, you can answer this question, please.
Yes, we don't anticipate any water disruption while we're putting in the main, because your existing water line would be in service until we install the new water line and test it and put it in service. You may experience a disruption if there is a a water break, either for a water line that we didn't know was there, or if it's old and falls apart because the existing water line is 50 years old. If that happens, we consider that as an emergency, and we work around the clock to make the necessary repairs, and everybody that is affected by it is notified immediately. The only other time that you may experience a shutdown on your water is when we are connecting your house, your meter to the new water line. And that you will be notified in advance that we're going to be in your neighborhood connecting the meters to the new water line. Typically, we don't have much problems with anyone being out of water during this type of construction.
Thank you, Shishi. And just also to add to that, remember that if there is any anticipated disruption of water, you would receive a notice 48 hours in advance. So keep that in mind as well. Looks like we have another question here. Will you need access to private property for any of this work?
No, not at all.
Thank you. We have another question here. Do you know if this project will run concurrently with the upcoming Telephone Road revitalization project, or will it be completed before that starts?
I will answer this question.
Okay, thank you, Sherry.
Okay, there may be a small overlapping on the time between the two projects. If it happens, it will be toward the end of this project. The other project may slowly start. Also, the two projects' limits are not overlapping, so we don't think even we get into that situation, there will be any much impact the two projects will have to each other. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sherry. All righty. Looks like we are waiting let's wait another couple of seconds to see if we have any more questions. Thank you for those that have submitted questions up until this point. Thank you to the project team for answering those questions very clearly for our audience tonight. And we'll go ahead and give it another 15 seconds to see if we have any last minute questions that anyone in our audience would like to go ahead and ask, while you do have the fabulous project team on the phone who can answer all of your questions. Give it another couple of seconds. All righty. Well, it looks like everyone has every question that they've desired for this project answered by the fabulous project team. This concludes our question and answer portion of tonight's meeting, but please continue to engage with us at engagehouston.org. I want to thank the District I and Council Member Robert Gallegos and his staff for supporting this project. Again, I want to thank the fabulous project team and the fabulous engagement team for all of your hard work on this project. I want to wish everyone a great good night and an early happy weekend. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Good night.